speaker, you can make your video later. All right, you'll have plenty of time. All right. Oh, hey, what's going on? Hey, all right. Well, it looks like this is going to be part two of part 10 of the let's look at the new DVDs and Blu-rays that I've acquired recently. Or we can come up with a different title later. I don't know. But first, let me show you a novelization that I purchased recently. It's the novelization of Superman 3, the movie that featured Christopher Reeve and Robert Vaughn and Richard Pryor and Pamela Stevenson and Annie Ross. All right, so yes, this is the novelization of that movie. Novelizations are pretty interesting. I have probably about 50 novelizations of different movies from the 70s and 80s that are kind of interesting. A lot of times novelizations deviate from the plot of the movie, but you know I wouldn't really know of any details about that unless I read and saw the said movies. So anyway, I got this at Recycled Books in Denton. So there's that. All right, now let's go ahead and start talking about the recently acquired, some more recently acquired movies that I've gotten. This is the documentary Adjust Your Tracking, which is about VHS collecting, the untold story of the VHS collector, as it says. This is a version that has free commentaries, which will be fun. It has the movie. It has some extra interviews. The movie is only 80 minutes, and I think you can find this on Tubi, maybe some other streaming services. But I wanted to have all the commentaries because I think that those are probably just as interesting as the documentary. I've seen this documentary before, at least once. It's really good. I love this, hearing about fellow VHS collectors and people who appreciate old, old technology, especially video technology, like I do. I think I got this from maybe Diabolic DVD. That's the company on online. All companies are online now, but yeah. Here's The Godsend, which is a 1980, not so much horror, but maybe suspense movie. This is kind of like if The Omen was a made-for-TV movie, made in England. It's British. It has kind of the same plot as not exactly the same plot as The Omen. There are some differences, but basically it's about a little girl who becomes the adopted daughter of a family. I think the family at the beginning of the movie has four kids, not counting the new daughter, but there's fewer kids at the end of the movie, and you can guess why. Yeah. It has a commentary by film historians Howard S. Berger, or Howard's Berger, Steve Mitchell, and Nathaniel Thompson. These guys they always deliver, always have really good commentaries. It's a Kino Lorber Blu-ray. I watched this yesterday. I think it's a good movie. It's fine. It's not great, but it's pretty suspenseful. And for an Omen, basically an Omen style movie, it's pretty good. The Godsend. This is one that I just acquired from Amazon recently. This is the made-for-TV movie Fatal Vision. It's 3 hours and 6 minutes, and it stars Carl Malden, Eva Marie Saint, Barry Newman, and Andy Griffith, which I'm really looking forward to that. I think he plays a detective in this movie. I haven't seen it, but I'm not gonna guess. Fatal Vision. It has a commentary by film historian filmmaker Daniel Kramer. So yeah, this will be fun to watch. I think Fatal Vision. This came out in 1984 on a made-for-TV movie. This is a documentary called We Kill for Love. Basically, this is documentary about, remember those like made for video suspense sexy thrillers? Some were sexy, some weren't really that sexy. Um, Andrew Stevens was in a lot of them, like Night Eyes. Um, there's a lot of them, pretty much put into the title generator, secret, sexual, uh, intrigue, deadly, intruder, night, and then you can get a title of about 200 of these types of movies. Anyway, We Kill for Love is it's pretty much a documentary, but it's not in the style of a documentary. It's in the style of there's a guy who plays someone who wants to know more about this. Like, it's basically a lost genre now. There are no longer these suspense thrillers. They used to show up on at late night on Cinemax and Showtime. Softcore, basically. Um, but they kind of all had the same plot, and I guess some were better than others. The movie makes the case that some were better than others. It's a good watch though, if you have even like the most minute interest in this particular genre, because there's lots of interviews with some of the actors and actresses who are in these movies, some of the directors of these movies. So it's not just speculation. You get a lot of good insight into that time frame, like say like 1987 to 1999, when most of these movies were being made. We Kill for Love. It's a good 163, 2 hour, 43-minute documentary. It's also on Tubi. This has a commentary, which there's four different people doing sections of the movie. I've only heard the first part, and it's okay so far. I didn't have the patience to keep listening, but that was just the first guy, and I don't remember which one it was. So, We Kill for Love, a pretty good documentary about a very unique, specific genre which does not really exist anymore. This is The Emerald Forest, directed by John Borman, came out in 1985, stars the great Powers Booth, one of the best actors we've ever had. You may remember he played Jim Jones in the TV movie Guyana Tragedy, the story of Jim Jones, which freaked me out when I was a kid. I was like 8 years old when it was on TV. Anyway, The Emerald Forest, by the director of Excalibur and Exorcist II, The Heretic, John Borman. Basically, I haven't seen. I think I saw it on cable, maybe in like the late '80s. Don't remember much about it. I do remember that I liked it, but I haven't really seen it in full since then. Again, this has commentary track by filmmaker Edgar Pablos and film historian Nathaniel Thompson. And again, reliable Kino Lorber has released The Emerald Forest. This is a really good compilation of movie trailers. The trailers in this movie, the trailers in this Blu-ray set called Welcome to Fun City, are from the 1970s and 1980s, and all the movies that are represented by the trailers on this set are movies that take place in New York City. Hence, Welcome to Fun City, because apparently New York City is called by some Fun City. At first, I thought it was going to be frustrating that the trailers were only about New York movies, but I kind of got over that after finishing the first half of trailers. The way the discs are separated is that the disc one has I think only 15 minutes of trailers from the 60s, but then there's what was it? It was about 2 hours of trailers from 1970 to 1975, then another 90 minutes of trailers from 1976 to 1979, and then there's another disc which I haven't watched yet, which is about 2 hours and 20 minutes of trailers from the 1980s, all movies set in New York. This has a running commentary. Each trailer has its own commentary, so the commentaries are just obviously as long as the trailer, but they the editors of this disc set did a really good job of giving a good amount of interesting information condensed into that short amount of time. I think that's kind of what they do with what's the John Landis? John Landis had a I don't remember anymore. Okay, never mind. All right, so yes, welcome to Fun City. This is a good set by the Fun City Editions, which is another good trailer or another good outfit out there, which is releasing movies on Blu-ray. Movies that have kind of been left to obscurity until now. The case, such is the case with Heavenly Bodies. Heavenly Bodies is also a Fun City edition, although I don't have this. I'm not sure where the slipcase went for this, but you can see on the back there's the Fun City logo. Hey Matt, there's the Fun City logo right there. Yeah, do you see it right there? But I do like how the case looks like the Key Video case for this movie when it came out on beta and VHS back in the 80s. Heavenly Bodies is a lot more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be just kind of bland and I don't know, vapid and stupid, but instead it's a pretty good, well-paced movie with a really sexy, cute lady who plays the main character. Her name is Cynthia Dale, and she plays basically the movie is about an aerobics competition because the main character, Cynthia Dale, her character wants to own her own like aerobicize or exercise studio. So there's a contest which for some reason is televised. I don't know. A lot of this movie doesn't make any sense, but that's kind of what's fun about it. It's one of those movies that, just if you don't think about it a lot, you'll be a lot more entertained. It's kind of dumb. It has a really good soundtrack of like 4 songs, which just keep playing over and over again through the movie, but they're good songs, so that's not so bad. It's a strange one. It's Canadian, so that kind of explains it. But it is Canadian in the best way. I mean, all Canadian things are good, but it's just odd and oddly paced, and I don't know. But it's fun. I really like it. It's a really weird movie, and it also stars Walter Alton. What's his name? Walter George Alton, who you may know as Puma Man from the 1980 Italian-made superhero movie Puma Man, which was riffed on Mystery Science Theater back in the day. All right, here's a nice box set of Demolition Man. Now, in one of my past videos, I highlighted. Well, I didn't highlight, but I held up a copy of just a kind of the first DVD release of Demolition Man, which did have, I think, one commentary track by the director. But this Demolition Man set has all these special features, so many. But there's 2 new commentaries, if I can find this. Brand new audio commentary by director Marco Brambilla and screenwriter Daniel Waters. Brand new audio commentary by film historian Mike White of the Projection Booth podcast. Now, that's the podcast I mentioned earlier. I think is one of the best movie podcasts out there, the Projection Booth podcast, and Mike White is the host. And he does a commentary for Demolition Man in this set. He's done commentaries for other movies like Exorcist 2 and The Last Starfighter and the 1984 Dune. So they're always really good. And this also ports over the original commentary that was on the first release. Archive audio commentary by the director and producer Joel Silver. So there's that. Now, when I held up the first time I showed Demolition Man on this very program, I had not seen Demolition Man yet, but now I've seen Demolition Man, and talk about a movie that is much better than I thought it was going to be. It's so much better than this awful cover. This was the poster back in 1993, I think, 1993. Um, and this poster did not ever make me want to see it. I'm like, okay, it's Stallone and Wesley Snipes staring at each other. Oh, great, another action movie with a bunch of stupid special effects. Well, it is an action movie with a bunch of stupid special effects, but it's pretty funny. It's got a good sense of humor. Sandra Bullock is in it, one of her first roles. One of my first roles was at Grandy's, but that's a different video. Anyway, I like Demolition Man a lot. It's entertaining and funny. So yeah, there's that. Here is An Officer and a Gentleman, which I got at I think it was the antique store, an antique mall in Arlington. I got this. This is a movie I'd never seen before, but I've seen it since. I saw this maybe about 6 months ago. Again, this is one where I was really surprised. I'm like, but this is a movie I'd never wanted to see, never cared about. It just looked, just kind of boring, and then like, oh great, a love story, and another one of those. Who cares? But it's actually really good. I enjoyed it. I think Lou Gossett Jr. gives a great performance. Everyone's good in it. Richard Gere, Deborah Winger, David Keith, Robert Loggia. It's a good story. Great scenery, filmed around Seattle, kind of on the coast in Washington State. Great scenery, good performances. It's a good it's a good movie. It's not that sappy. It's not that romantic. It's just it is, but it isn't really. It's not a slice of life. It's just kind of a good gritty story, and I like it. Officer and a Gentleman. A good commentary is on there by Taylor Hackford, the director of the movie. He also directed Ray. All right, let's take this moment to do a spotlight. I want to spotlight a DVD that I haven't seen, but I feel like I want to watch soon, and that's the Criterion Collection of Fishing with John. Now, Fishing with John, I'll read the back. John Lurie knows absolutely nothing about fishing, but that doesn't stop him from undertaking the adventure of a lifetime on Fishing with John, traveling with his special guests to the most exotic and dangerous places on Earth. John Lurie battles sharks with Jim Jarmusch, Willem Dafoe, Matt Dillon, Tom Waits, and Dennis Hopper. 6 episodes, 1992, 147 minutes total for the 6 episodes. So it's basically this gentleman, John Lurie, going on fishing trips with famous people. There's a commentary track for every episode on here. I think it's every episode, but anyway. Fishing with John on the Criterion Collection. I don't know where this originally aired. If it aired on TV somewhere, it's episodic, so I guess it did. But this is something I need to immediately put into my Blu-ray player and watch. It's a DVD set, but still. All right. Here is something I acquired recently on Amazon, The Dead Zone, the 1983 Christopher Walken movie based on the Stephen King book. I had this on Blu-ray from a UK set that has one of the commentary tracks, I think is by Kim Newman, a horror movie journalist and historian who knows a lot about that genre. But this disc has, I think it was 4 commentaries. New audio commentary with filmmaker Mike Flanagan and some other people from the King cast. I guess that's a Stephen King podcast. Audio commentary with the director of photography. Another audio commentary with film historian Michael Gingold. Another commentary with film historian and author Dr. Steve Haberman, and filmmaker, film historian Konstantin Nasir, and another commentary with film music historian Daniel Schweiger with isolated scene selections. So that's 5 commentaries. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4. 4 commentaries. All right. On the next video, I'll learn how to count. So there's that. And this is a documentary called The Bermuda Triangle, which came out, again, Kino Lorber. This has a commentary by producer James L. Conway, moderated by film historian Howard S. Berger. We've heard his name before from different commentary tracks. This is a documentary about the Bermuda Triangle. Came out in 1979, rated G, so, you know, take the kids. And yeah, this just sounded interesting, and it has a commentary, so I bought it. And the last movie I have to show is Feel a Day, which is a German, was it German? Yes, a German animated film about cats. It's not a it's a rated R, so it's not a G-rated, you know, animated romp with there's no singing, there's no you know, like I don't know, fish sidekicks. Like, although fish sidekicks will probably get eaten by the cats. Um, you know, there's no the cats do talk in this movie, but it's a very adult story. It's a mature film. It's not like, you know, it's not vulgar like, I guess, Fritz the Cat, but it's a, you know, basically it's a good story. I watched it and I don't really remember much about it, but I do remember that I liked it and that the commentary on there is pretty good. All right, it's been a while since I saw this, but anyway, there's that. So that's all I have for now, and once I get more stuff on disc, DVD, or Blu-ray, then I will return, and I guess I'll make another one of these. All right, so thank you for watching, and have a good day.